Hello YouTubers, my name is Liz and this is my very first video for YouTube. I created this channel to serve as a documentary of my journey on the keto diet, and I wanted to do this first video to give you my starting off stats, give you a brief background about me and why I chose to do this particular diet and start this journey. And then lastly, just a few bits of information about the diet itself in case you're not familiar with the keto diet or any of the specifics. So today is February the 14th, Valentine's Day, 2017. I am 36 years old. I am a mother of 4 children, 2 of which are a set of twins, and I am a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife. So I'll start with a brief background about me. I wasn't always a fat, overweight person. I, through high school and college, was relatively thin, healthy, very active. Life was great. After, like many women, after I had my children, I packed on the pounds, and then I didn't necessarily lose all of them before I got pregnant again. And so with 4 kids, 3 pregnancies later, I find myself just out of control overweight. And I take that all on me. I was a single mom for a while, and I, used a lot of fast food. We ate dinner out at restaurants a lot or takeout, and I just made a lot of bad choices. My downfall, of course, is sugar. So sodas, lots of carbs, those are all the things that I love, and consequently aren't very good for me. About 4 years ago, I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder called ITP, which stands for idiopathic thrombocytopenia purpura, which basically means that I have low blood platelets. So the antibodies that are in my body decided to attack my blood platelets like they were cancer cells, which having low platelets isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess. But your platelets help you to heal and help your blood to clot after you've been cut. So there can be some complications that aren't so great with this autoimmune disorder. And then with most autoimmune disorders, when you have one, you're likely to have others. So this last year, 2016, I was diagnosed as a celiac, which basically means I am now gluten-free because I am severely allergic to gluten, which consequently are in a lot of carbs. So I decided that I needed to do something about it. I have been on every kind of diet that you can think about. I've tried it all. Low carb, like the Atkins version, South Beach diet. I have tried every shake system there is. I have tried Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, you name it, I've tried them all. And I've even looked at doing the weight loss surgery. And I'm cleared for it, but with ITP, anytime you do a surgery, there's always a higher risk and more complications than a person that has all their platelets in order. So I was kind of getting desperate and trying to figure out what out there is really going to help me health-wise and is going to get my weight under control like it needs to be. So I was doing a lot of research, and I decided myself I was going to just go back to low carb because I know that I can get the weight off. I know that long term I tend to stick with a low carb. Plus I can't have gluten anyway, so a lot of the food choices are kind of in line that way. And while doing my research and looking for recipes and things, I kept coming across the keto diet. And I wasn't that familiar. I mean, I had heard about when your body gets into ketosis, which is fat burning instead of burning insulin through carbs. So I understood kind of the basis, but I didn't really know the particulars. So I studied it. I watched a bunch of other YouTubers. I went on Pinterest. I Googled. I talked to people. I did whatever I could to figure out what the heck this thing was about. And basically, in a nutshell, this diet focuses on high, healthy fats, and then a moderate amount of protein, and then very, very little carbs. So if you had to put it in kind of a percentage, you would focus about 65-ish % of your food intake to be healthy fat-based, about 20 to say 30% in the protein range of, good protein. And then the last bit, only 5% of your food intake can be out of carbs. So I thought, okay, I'll give this a shot. And there's been a lot of studies out there, and I'll show on future videos kind of the information that I found when I did my research, that doing this kind of a diet does help people that, have a cancer or are suffering from Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or a bunch of other things. And even though I don't have cancer, my autoimmune acts very similar to a cancer. So I'm very hopeful that I'll see some positive results that way. But in addition, I really just need to get this weight off. So the hardest part of this video is for me to give you my stats. I don't even share my actual weight in terms of pounds with anybody. Every time I go to the doctor, which with ITP is a lot, I always make my husband step out when I have to do the scale or when I have to tell the doctor how much I weigh. And I know it's crazy because my husband sees me every day. He knows what I look like. The number freaks me out. I haven't been this heavy since the day that I delivered our 4th child. And it baffles my mind that in the last year and 4 months that I've been able to not only lose it in the beginning, but then to gain it back, and there's no baby to be the reason. So it's just my poor choices. And I realize that. So moving forward, I hope this is the last time I will ever have to utter this number to anybody. So as of this morning, when I got on the scale, I weighed 264 pounds and 3 ounces. That's insane. Like, it's horrible. I'm 5'8", if that puts it into perspective for anybody. And at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and actually put in my measurements for like my arms, my legs, my waist, everything, so that you guys can kind of get a feel for maybe how I'm distributing it, if you will. But yeah, this is where I am today as of February 14th, 2017. It's Valentine's Day. And on a separate video today, I'll be logging all of my food and show you guys what I've been eating for each meal and at what time. So welcome to this journey with me, and stay tuned. Thanks.